Look at that smile on your face.
That's really helpful. Smash into that card.
Cappuccino, please.
Welcome to our EV HQ, where we're going to be testing out some really cool EVs with one lucky Supergroup customer and showing off some awesome features that your petrol car might not have.
Hi, my name is Robert de Ruyck. I'm an Octopus customer and I'm very much interested in making the transition to EV vehicles.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I work at Octopus, but it is only my 7th day, so don't worry, I'm not going to try and sell you anything today.
What am I looking for in a dream car? Well, personally, something a little bit sporty. I never have to worry about power overtaking, but for the business, something that's powerful enough to tow some fairly heavy loads, and I don't have to worry about range.
The most important thing for me is that it works for me. I'm tiny, I'm 5'2", and also for my husband, who is 6'5". And also we have a 3-year-old, so car seat in the back.
To better understand how the EV cars will fit into my broader life, whether it's for personal or for business.
I don't know very much about EVs at the moment. I kind of like the idea of getting one because I'd like to be more eco-friendly, but we don't have a driveway, so that makes it difficult because I'd like to be able to charge at home. I want to kind of work out whether it's going to be worth it for me.
Yes, a lot of questions, but I'd like to go and drive a car. Can we go now?
All right, now you know who we are. Let's go for a drive and charge some cars.
Ooh, what are we listening to? Let's turn that down.
Finding charging stations. Is that on here or is that on an app or both?
Good question, Rob. We've got just the thing.
Here I've got Electroverse up, so I've already filtered it for the fastest chargers that are around the UK. I've connected it up to Apple CarPlay, and now it's very simple for anyone that you click on. You can immediately press navigate and choose the way you'd like to do it. In this time, let's go for Google Maps. And if I look at Google Maps on here, it's immediately on the screen, and I can press start and we're off and away.
Amazing, so there's no extra steps, you just connect it to Apple Play and then it just works.
And it just works immediately.
Amazing.
If you were going to do, say, a much longer journey, where you could go into the route planner, perhaps as far as Glasgow, you're going on a really long trip, we could have a look at the range in the car at the moment, 66%. We could set it to say what it is currently, and then say, when I get there, I want to be, let's call it, I want to be about the same, so 60%. You can calculate a route, and a few seconds later, it'll say, great, you need to go this route up the UK, you can make 3 stops, and it'll tell you where to go and how to do it.
Wow, and it even tells you how long it's going to take you at each place, right?
Absolutely, cool. And it optimises it so you can do the shortest amount of charging and the best route to get to your destination. And so it will tell you all of that, and it works across all of the UK, but also across Europe and indeed the world, actually. And so same thing, you can then now decide where you'd like to push that, and you will be able to see on the screen here at the same time, you've now got stop A, and further up you have stop B, stop C to get to your destination, and that works anywhere. And then lastly, if say you've put your phone away, you're charging it or it's in your pocket, if you actually want to go directly in Apple CarPlay, you have the same map inside Electroverse in the car itself.
Off we go.
And we'll go and do the next steps of charging when we're there.
Great. The car is surprisingly quiet, like it's much, much quieter than my car.
One of the biggest factors that come to my mind is the battery life. Many manufacturers give a number of years warranty, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
plus.
normally it's 8, yeah. The original Nissan Leafs. There are cars on the road now that have over 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles on the car that are well over 10 years old and still having no issues. And you got to think as well, look how much battery and car tech have come on, and especially in EVs, just even in the last 5 years. I mean, that original battery was only 24 kilowatt.
Yeah.
Like the batteries now you're talking are sort of like 77, 50 kilowatt, even 100 kilowatt hour batteries. So I'm signaling right. And what the car is then doing is giving you an all-round view monitor, similar to like blind spot, as well as obviously using your camera, so your rear view camera and obviously your mirrors. And then as soon as it comes off, and then turns it off.
Perhaps before I bought my electric car, would have thought that I would be doing a lot more recharging than I actually am. And in reality, I probably only plug it into the lamppost charger every fortnight at most.
I basically drive around town a little bit and then the odd slightly longer journey to take my son for a day out somewhere kind of thing. But I wouldn't say I drive for more than an hour often at all. So if I'm doing that level of driving, how often do you think I'd have to plug in? I know it would vary wildly, but like ish?
That level of driving, I'd be surprised if you needed to recharge more than once a week.
I like these little lines that show you.
They're so good.
That's really helpful.
It's really hard to go back once you've had a car with such good 3D surround. It's really hard to go back. There are a couple of ways we can start the charge.
Okay.
We can either do it through the Electroverse app, or we can use one of these cars to start it as well. So we grab the charger. At this point, you can just walk away. And it's just a similar experience across all the chargers in the UK and Europe.
Okay, I'd say that was pretty easy.
You can see you've got this live activity, and we can see how long the car's been charging, the current state of charge of the vehicle.
So while I'm eating my McDonald's or whatever, I can just be keeping an eye on it.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
You've got the full details of the charge, when it happened, the energy, how long we did it for, and you've got a full record of every charge done within the Electroverse app. And interestingly, for those that love some stats, how much CO2 saved and how much you charged over time as well.
Oh, I love that. Cool.
In the morning, like especially now it's quite cold, when it's icy and snowy outside, I'm not out there scraping my window. I go onto my phone and I press defrost. And I wake, and then by the time I get out to my car's completely nice. It's a nice temperature.
So we're all charged up now. Let's switch drivers and get back on the road.
Right. Hey BYD,
I'm here.
rotate my screen.
Okay, rotating the screen.
Cappuccino, please.
I get it, don't worry. Could you imagine? But I definitely wasn't going to just smash into that car, just so everybody knows.
As I said, this is their top of the range BYD. So this is the Excellence model. So fully loaded, it's got everything you want in the car, and obviously does 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. So if you fancy putting your foot down a little bit, you can.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Look at that smile on your face. I love it. See, that's exactly what you want for someone driving an EV, is have a smile on their face.
Is it your first time driving an EV?
It is my first time driving an EV.
Okay.
Beep, boop. I actually love it. It feels so smooth and pretty different to driving my car.
In what way?
So it's a strange thing to say, but the pedals feel really responsive and really positive.
It's so funny actually. There's lots of claims from many different manufacturers to be the quote-unquote Tesla killer. I guess if you think about it in terms of stats and numbers, I guess BYD is it, because they surpass Tesla in terms of global sales of new energy vehicles globally.
It feels much sort of higher tech, and I love that it shows you where you're going to go when you're reversing. And I can immediately say that I would rather have this car than the car that I have at the moment.
Shall I tell you actually the other thing which I really love about this is transparency. So if you're driving on the road and it's got lots of potholes in it, it allows you to avoid it. Now you can actually see it, and you can see like where the car's going over on the back wheels.
That's very cool.
Like, I really, really enjoyed driving it, and now it'll be hard to go and get back in my rubbish car.
Before we get going, as a disclaimer that I like to do whenever I get into performance cars, just want to check if there are any back or heart conditions that I need to be aware of.
Is that for the car or for your driving?
Bit of both. We'll just have some fun. Let's put Constantine in the back. Pink octopuses flying everywhere.
Sorry, that's on camera. Feel your stomach go there, don't you?
One of the cool features I like about this as well is the intelligent glass roof. I can pick different segments to basically to black out, which is pretty cool. Right, let's make sure we get the quickest way back.
Oh, it'll be quick. It's got a really nice pickup when you actually put it down, right?
Yeah. Could you see yourself driving one of these?
Yeah. It just feels so nice.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And I learnt a lot. I learned
Good,
a lot,
I'm glad.
and I think my brain has now been formatted to have a meaningful decision-making process for next steps. So
Amazing.
thank you for that.
No
Really
worries.
appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. Thank
You're-
you for spending the day with us. And like, I appreciate all the insight and the questions that you've given. And do you know what? I love the fact that you're now a convert. So
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what EV you get from us.
Super cool, man. Lovely.
So before today, I was kind of thinking that I would need to level my garden so that I could have a driveway, or I wouldn't be able to have an EV. But I think today has made me realise that it would be totally fine even if I don't do that, because I probably wouldn't need to charge very often, considering how fast the chargers are and how available they are.
I would say today's experience has changed my view on EV cars. The pure driving experience was really, really good, and in light of the fact that I drive several different types of car in a given year. And also the big hang-up I had about how quickly it takes to charge a car, again was mitigated substantially today by watching a genuine experience on a fast charger. The range available to me, even with some fairly aggressive driving, was much higher than I thought it would be.
Either of the cars that I drove today would have worked pretty well for my family.
Most importantly for me, an awful lot of the questions I had have been answered by the expertise in the room. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely moved the needle to EV going forward. Been an absolute learning experience, really enjoyed it.
Can I take the car with me?
I hope you learned something new about EVs today, but if you've got any more questions for us, comment them down below and hit subscribe if you want to see some more.